What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Man, that scene with Jake Gyllenhaal smashing the mirror sure looks cool. Wait, was that actually true? You mean to tell us that this thing actually happened? Whoa! If you thought that was cool, we have the scene where Stallone broke a rib, where Michael J. Fox was hanged, and much, much more. So here are the 10 movie stunts that went horribly wrong. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 10. Channing Tatum smashed his head in a mirror during FOXCATCHER. According to Channing Tatum, FOXCATCHER was a pretty tough movie to shoot, and even though most guys like him in Magic Mike, this was a different type of muscle. In this movie, Tatum was playing Mark Schultz, a wrestler who is tired of losing, and there's one scene in particular that has been dubbed one of the most aggressive in cinema history. This is the one where after Mark loses the match, he goes in his hotel room and the depression gets the best of him. Did you know what the craziest part is? The craziest part came when Tatum smashed that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, Tatum did smash something, but it was actually his head. In a mirror, on the wall, where he completely wrecked his forehead in real life. And no, that wasn't a fake mirror, so the blood we saw in the movie was actually Tatum's. The length some actors go to for a movie role. Number 9. Stallone broke a rib while filming Rambo: First Blood. This list wouldn't be complete if we didn't mention one of the action movie legends, Sylvester Stallone. Rocky and Rambo became household classics, and if you thought everything is fake there, you'd be wrong. Since Stallone wanted to prove himself as a tough actor, he always performed all of his stunts alone. But that came to bite him in the ass when he filmed Rambo: First Blood. In this movie, we saw him running away from the helicopter. At one point during the chase, we thought that Rambo was a goner, but then he jumped off that cliff, fell from branch to branch, and landed on the ground relatively safely. That relatively safely translated to Stallone breaking a rib when he smashed his ribcage on one giant branch that broke his fall. And yes, that scream you hear in the movie, that's the excruciating pain Stallone felt after he broke one of his ribs, so you can say the acting was genuine. Number 8. DiCaprio cut his hand in DIANGO Unchained.
Lay your palm flat on that tabletop! If you lift those...
DiCaprio's performances are anything short of legendary, and that's why he's been nominated for an Oscar so many times. And his role of an American slave owner by the name of Calvin Candy in DIANGO Unchained is no exception. One of the most notable scenes in the entire movie is when DIANGO goes to Broomhilda from Mr. Candy. Mr. Candy is so pissed that when he smashes his hand on the table, he shattered the glass. One of the shards got lodged into the palm of his hand, and Leo didn't even flinch. He just went on with the act. And here's the craziest part about it all. In an interview about the movie, Leo revealed that it was his actual blood you see in the movie, and none of the actors were expecting it. Quentin Tarantino and Jamie Foxx didn't know what happened, and they were shocked to see the blood gushing from his hand. And what did Leo do? He just laughed about it afterwards. Number 7. Jake Gyllenhaal slashed his thumb and wrist in Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was pretty demanding for Jake Gyllenhaal, and one of the reasons for that is the fact that Jake's character Lou Bloom actually had to punch a mirror with his bare hands. Now, while he was filming the movie, Jake appeared on The Ellen Show, where the host was pretty interested in the stitches on the palm of his hand. This is when we found out that Jake was shooting Nightcrawler. He punched a mirror and then started bleeding right on the set, which was not part of the show. And just like our Leo, he too didn't break character. So after they wrapped up filming, Jake told everyone about his slashed wrist, after which they took him to the ER. Number 6. They actually hanged Fox in Back to the Future 3. Again, here's another movie that's a household name, and we love both Michael Fox and Christopher Lloyd. They did a fantastic job in the movie. But did you know that Fox almost died while shooting Back to the Future 3? That's right. In one of those scenes where his character Marty was being dragged through the sandy streets of the Wild West, the bandits decided to hang him. The plan was Michael would actually hold on to the rope instead of choking himself to death. But things don't always go according to plan, and he ended up actually being hanged in the movie. Thank God they stopped rolling and rushed to help him. Number 5. Viggo Mortensen broke 2 of his toes in The Lord of the Rings. There's not much we could say about the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which hasn't already been said. It's one of the best fantasy movies out there, and that's partly thanks to the amazing talent of Viggo, Elijah, Ian, and Orlando. And even though the entire cast suffered real-life injuries from filming this movie, Viggo Mortensen was the one who had it worst. You see, that scene where Aragorn thinks the hobbits are dead, he kicks one of the orcs' helmets straight to the camera, and Peter Jackson wanted to get the shot just right, so Viggo had to kick that darn helmet 4 times. The 4th time, Peter loved the kick and he loved the screen, but it was only after Viggo had done his job that the cast knew he actually broke 2 toes in the process. And that scream you hear in the movie is actually from the pain the actor felt after having broken 2 toes. Number 4. David Holmes was paralyzed while filming Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Complete injury, which means basically from here down, I have no motor and no sensory.
He was one of the body doubles of Daniel Radcliffe, commonly known as Harry Potter. Holmes was with the Harry Potter franchise ever since The Philosopher's Stone, which made him a valuable addition to the show. But something happened on the set of the Deathly Hallows Part 1. After an explosion in the movie, David was supposed to be pulled back with a wire, simulating an explosion, but seems like the pull was a bit too harsh. The actor ended up smashing into the wall, injuring his spine, and being forever paralyzed from this. Number 3. Olivia Jackson filled in for a stunt woman while filming Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
Hear it happening to someone else and then you think, oh dear, that's horrible, but you never think it's going to be you.
While Olivia Jackson was doubling for Milla Jovovich in Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, the stunt woman suffered a terrible accident. Here's what happened. Jackson says that she was supposed to shoot a fight scene, but then the director changed his mind in the last minute, and she ended up shooting a dangerous and technically complex motorcycle scene. While on the bike, Jackson needed to drive towards the camera, which was supposed to move before she reached it. This didn't happen, and Jackson collided with the heavy filming equipment. After the terrible crash, she was rushed to the hospital, and there she lost her left arm. Number 2. Joel Courtney cracked his chin open on the first day of filming.
How's your first day going?
Great first day.
So Joel here cracked his chin open on his first day, and now he has to...
Joel Courtney is the actor that played Lee in The Kissing Booth. But when they actually shot the first movie, there was a little accident that happened on set, and it happened on the first day of filming. Now, while taping some of the school scenes, Joel managed to, get this, crack his freaking chin open. When Joey saw it was nothing serious, she took out her camera and started filming Joel, while she laughed straight to his face. Needless to say, Joel was rushed to the hospital, and they had to pause filming the show for about a week or so, until Joel recovered from the injury. Number 1. KJ Apa broke his hand on the set of Riverdale.
Archie, careful! Somebody help!
And finally, we come to the last of the acting injuries on this list. For this, we have KJ Apa, the actor that plays Archie Andrews in Riverdale, break his arm while filming the show. The scene we're talking about is, of course, the one where Cheryl falls into the icy lake and almost died from the cold. Just as they saw her get sucked in by the current, the gang starts kicking the Hey, do you know any other movie stunts that went horribly wrong? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys!